Hello everyone. In today's video, we're talking about the review of a Netflix film, The Gray Man, in terms of sex, nudity, violence, gore, and profanity. Before the detailed evaluation, let me briefly mention the plot of the movie. When the CIA's most skilled operative whose true identity is known to none accidentally uncovers dark agency secrets, a psychopathic former colleague puts a bounty on his head, setting off a global manhunt by international assassins. The film stars Ryan Gosling, Chris Evans, and Ana de Armas. Let's move on to the evaluation results. The film has been rated PG-13 by the MPAA ratings due to intense sequences of strong violence and strong language. In terms of sexual content, violence, and strong language, it has been assigned 1, 7, and 4 points out of 10, respectively. There are no explicit sex and nudity scenes in the movie, but there are a couple of scenes that we want to talk about. When a man comments on a woman's appearance in a work setting, she says it's considered harassment. As he touches her arm and sits very close to her, she tells him to get out of her own personal space. A man asks a woman who denigrates him to leave her personal space. The woman wears low-cut tops and dresses that show off her cleavage in some dance club scenes. When the man lifts up his shirt, part of her abdomen is visible. So, the sex nudity point is assigned as 1 out of 10 for this film. The movie includes some action, violent, and bloody scenes, and those are the following. A guy stabs numerous guys in a crowded club, he fights with others, a girl shoots some guys and fights with others, and one guy jumps via a window shattering it and touchdown on a rooftop where the primary guy jumps as well. They combat amongst exploding fireworks. One guy's face is burned through an exploding firework, and one guy is stabbed with a field cutter. We see a bloody wound on his chest, blood at the attacker's fingers and weapon, and the guy's charred flesh on his face, and he dies. A man with a knife approaches a sleeping man in a transport plane. The sleeping man sprays the attackers with a fire extinguisher and they fight, with several others joining in with knives and guns and throwing objects. A man lit a flare to fill the plane with smoke, a hole is cut in the fuselage of the plane, and, without a parachute, a man is thrown out of the hole, another man falls through the hole, the engine explodes, and the plane loses altitude. The men continue to fight inside until the plane breaks in half, causing the two men to fight and parachute down. The plane explodes in the background and one man using a parachute survives. A man and a woman fight another man in the operating room with kicks, punches, and throws. A man is stabbed in his side with surgical scissors, zapped with a paddle, and the man jumps from a window and climbs off a roof, where he is confronted by police and held at gunpoint. He receives a gun from a cop and speeds off on his motorcycle. Several armed men open fire on the street into the apartment where the three are hiding. A woman steps out, a man climbs out of a hatch in the floor, another woman stays in, detonates an explosive charge, and blows up the building with several gunmen. The man is shot 3 times in the chest and has blood on his shirt. When a man stabs another man with his hand, the blade is visible through his hand. The man draws his blade and screams. 2 guards are shot in the back and fall to the ground without blood shown. A man shoots a corpse on the ground and angrily kicks another. The man's fingers are shot off and a flare hits him on his back. His fingers are missing and we see blood and bloodstains on his back. 2 men fight with punches and kicks. 1 man screams in pain from past wounds. 1 man holds another man in an underwater fountain. 1 man throws a stone vase. Cuts were seen on the face. And 1 man was stabbed twice in the legs and he was sagging from blood loss. 1 man was restrained with a headlock. 1 man was shot in the chest. Blood is visible. Another man was shot in the leg. We see one man with bloody wounds floating dead in the fountain. A number of armed police handcuff the man to a bench and numerous gunmen open fire in the area. People scream and run for cover. RPG explosions and rapid fire abound, killing shooters and cops. A man flees from people shooting him in a crowded city square, takes a tram, fights off several gunmen, and others standing outside the tram shoot him out of a car. The driver of the car was shot, the car collided with another car and overturned. And the man climbed onto the roof of the tram and jumped off, landing on the hood of the car. A helicopter is shot down from the sky and crashes into the sea. An RPG shoots into the mission control room and explodes. A man and a teenage girl were shot as they fled, and the man was hit in the chest. You can see the blood. When a man releases a grenade, it explodes, throwing several men that are threatening him. A man shoots the leg of a pilot who refuses to land. A man crashes through a wall and hits someone on the other side. You hear a bang. A man with a gun enters the house and another man gets the gun. Men fight with punches, kicks and throws until one man is thrown against a rock face and falls. The man fell through the trapdoor, landed hard on the stone floor, coughed up blood. He tries to shoot down the trapdoor, but the glass is bulletproof. A man is tied to a chair and interrogated. Another man twists his ear, the man groans. And the tormentor uses pliers to pull out 2 fingernails. The tortured man laughs and you can see the bloody nails on the table. A man is tortured with electricity stolen from a battery cable clamp attached to his face. The man screams as he is zapped. A flashback shows a boy who has just had a cigarette burn on his arm and his father telling him to cover it up so his mother can't see it. A woman shoots 2 men with a tranquilizer gun. She put the man in the trunk of her car and left the other unconscious. When the man lifts his shirt, a bloody wound on his abdomen is revealed and bandaged. A few scenes show a woman smoking a cigarette, but later we see her using oxygen and she looks sick. She has a few months to live. So, due to all these scenes, the violence gore point is assigned as 7 out of 10 for this film. In the film, at least one not fully enunciated F-word derivative, 13 scatological terms, 11 mild obscenities, name-calling, glib, very bad dude, toxic personality, absurd, troglodytes, sideways, knuckle-dragger, ugly chick, cupcake, sitting duck, Ken doll, meatball, boring, pessimist, brat, scapegoat, child, fussy, the old man, bunch of idiots, heathen, hermit, exclamations, shut up, and 4 religious exclamations, e.g. Jesus, oh my God, Jesus Christ, for Christ's sake. So, profanity point is assigned as 4 out of 10 for this film. Let's sum up. The Gray Man movie is rated PG-13, meaning parents strongly cautioned by the MPAA ratings due to intense sequences of strong violence and strong language. Moreover, in terms of 3 different categories which are sex, nudity, violence, gore, and profanity, it has been given 1, 7, and 4 points out of 10, respectively. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the video. Comment the movies that you want to be reviewed below. See you next time.